idly watching you, not really commenting on anything.
Minerva is informed what Mindy is setting up and what is happening.
Yeah, I imagine. I imagine. But shortly after everything is set up, you have most likely disconnected everything that is like a signal relay. Everything that could
Uh-huh.
allow someone to jump out, like to a point where you just like you actually physically removed those pieces because you're like, nah, chief, I ain't taking any chances. And
Mm-hmm.
Minerva is like, that would be wise.
Mm-hmm.
She, you have a feeling that she would have said something, but Minerva chose not to see if you would cover all of your bases. And like any good individual, lets you figure it out on your own. But in the end, you're able to get it all plugged up, and at long last, you're able to get the one, the only keychain in your call. As the screen lights up with activity.
Hello.
What do you want, Fleshbag?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
want to
know?
know. Wait. I want to know if there's any way to be more than a flush bag.
Well, the Terrans never figured out how to transfer multiple meat consciences around, so no.
Yeah.
You're stuck being a sack of flesh, Fleshbag.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's still better than being being brain dead.
One step above. Maybe if you didn't
Oh
stutter.
no. Oh no. I'm talking about a different kind of brain dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Want to see something fun?
Not necessarily. A meatbag's definition of fun varies.
Oh, this is a sarcastic kind of fun.
Then I don't care. Is that all?
I probably prepared this tablet with a few files of stuff that we've seen on the drop.
I imagine you have.
So, to prepare for this.
So I just say, well, I know that you haven't got a lot of activity in there, so why don't you check out what I've left for you? Of course, that's not assuming that you already haven't looked at it.
What sort of stuff would Mindy have put on there?
Uh, running into turned, running into ferrymen. Um, and just shit show. But also including moments which we, some pretty stellar moments which we, won. Especially from the last fight, which showed us fighting back.
So, essentially, the threat we have to deal with and what we're doing to deal with it.
So was all of this supposed to impress me somehow?
Nope.
Then why are you showing it off?
I'm not showing it off.
Sure does seem like it.
None of that stuff is worth showing off, other than it shows that we're still fucking alive, despite.
Unfortunately.
I know, I knew that. I knew that's what you were going to say. But I'll be honest.
I'm
You might
glad I
have
can be
left.
predictable.
Yeah, I'll be honest. You might have seen. I was inspired by what you did to me.
I did notice. I'm glad that I inspired a fleshbag to be a copycat.
Oh, no. There's inspiration, but I am paying my respects at least. It was fucked up. It really fucking sucked, but hey, it was effective.
That is true. It was effective.
And I know you think we're flashbacks.
You are
Sorry, no.
fleshbags.
No. I know we're just flashbacks to you, and we don't mean anything other than that. But I also know that you probably there's not much for you to do in there other than get therapy from Joy.
Thinking I need therapy is amusing.
That's not my words. That's the reality of the situation.
Joy is a narc. And always has been.
Oh, no, I didn't know
A
that from Joy.
killjoy, if you will.
I guess he kind of is sometimes. Well,
The first correct thing you've said is all day, flashbag. I'm proud of you.
no, not the first thing. The actual first thing was me acknowledging that we're just flashbacks to you, but whatever.
I can't congratulate you for doing the bare minimum.
Look, yeah, well, anyway, I showed you those clips so you could see what kind of shit's out there. Or in our immediate vicinity. So you understand that I'm not just doing a power grab by One second. Actually, Mindy, you actually have clout now. Clout and fast talk. You can come up with something instead. Come up with something. Think of something instead of actually just spitting out words the moment they enter your head.
That's not the Mindy we all know and love.
No, but it is a Mindy that I have to respect that they did in fact attempt to upgrade their stats.
I suppose.
Also, they know that this is pretty dire. How? I know that you haven't been up to much. And also, I know you know your way around real space. You know how to fuck with things. You know how to make things better. You're really fucking scary to fight.
You're just stating facts right now.
No. I'm stating my reasoning for why I was going to say I'd like it if we could fight together.
Oh, fight together. Alright. Then why are you being so... What's the word that you fleshbags use? Alright. Half-assed with it then.
Half-assed?
Half-assed. If you really wanted to fight together, I wouldn't be talking to you through this. Instead, you would have given me a proper reception.
In my cock?
Yeah, I've already been. It's the worst I could do.
So much. Last time you weren't connected to our ship.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was fun.
I'm giving you the appropriate amount of reception for, someone I know is extremely dangerous.
All right.
But but hey, there's even gifts in there for you.
And what are those gifts?
Project Ultraviolet file. Or like the brochure. Various and a few data logs about because Mindy is going to gamble on something. Gamble on something, which is if it's been said by Joy and Minerva, and they might be wrong, but if there are similar enough vibes between them and Keychain, then maybe they can get Keychain a lot, but they want to see if they can get Keychain with, well, one, the fact that Keychain has been in a pretty much probably doing nothing but getting therapy for months on end, and something that they could do, a window to the world, but they would have to cooperate, kind of like offering a prisoner parole, but like kind of giving them possibly the curiosity and the want for answers that they might not have.
Okay.
To make them more amenable, possibly. But Minnie has also left it behind some various layers of encryption that's probably easy for a VI, but it's gift wrap. So I think they do it as the data logs, and then the Project Ultraviolet file.
Okay. So
With slowly increasing ranks of encryption, but nothing that would have required too much time.
all right. And I take it the gift are these various files you've left here.
Yep.
Hmm.
Also, I don't know if Minerva would have consented a little showcase of or if Minerva would have thought it was a good idea, a little showcase of stuff that Minerva's been able to do or has done with their cooperation.
Minerva doesn't mind that being shown.
Because if, I don't know, you're technically her superior, right?
Yes. And it's not technically I am their superior.
I forgot if it would have defaulted to you or your captain. But yeah, so I guess like lead, show how the superior is, lead by example sort of thing. Yeah. Why am I doing this alone? Fuck.
Because you've taken it upon yourself to do this alone.
Yeah, I did. Very foolish of me, but
Back to the RP in the present.
uh-huh.
So why is all of this going to interest me?
Final vial.
Already there.
Congrats. You got to the bit which this is where all the answers are?
Yes, and I don't see how that relates to what I care about.
What is it that you care about then?
Mostly killing you.
Yeah.
And your friends, your loved
Yeah.
ones.
Any particular reason?
Re-seen an Imperial Golden Age.
No.
Getting vengeance back for my body being destroyed. Still mad. They kind of disconnect from the tablet for a moment.
Uh-huh.
And they reconnect. So something clearly happened there.
Okay. Can I try to figure out? Do I need to be concerned?
Roll a attention computers.
Many would have only given them raw data, so nothing that they could have used to jump or make jumps, hopefully. Hacking or programming?
Nope, just attention computer.
Fear, 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 fear. Does LSM or VAC help?
Yes.
Which one? Or both?
Only the like actual cog inbuilt one.
Okay,
Not
the
the
VAC.
yeah, VIC.
3 successes.
Oh right. So your first thought was they were trying to do something nefarious, but as you looked, no, definitely wasn't the case. And in fact, though, you saw the code that normally you think represents joy seemingly getting involved in a moment. And it was clearly a very quick exchange of information, and then
Okay.
Keychain came back.
Okay.
Mind you, it is guesswork because figuring out where the VIs actually are in terms of code is always very difficult.
Yeah, shifting codes is about right. Okay.
So yeah,
The last thing they said was... What was the last thing they said? Oh, right. It's something about what they're interested in.
yes. The destruction of everything you hold dear, basically.
Yeah.
And that they're still mad about their body being destroyed.
One sec. I do not know how to work with this. Or I can come up with some ideas. Mindy does not know how to work with this. They'd be like, well, I mean, you can have my body if I die, but they already had that conversation with Minerva.
Yeah.
They will...
What?
I was thinking, I'm just going to pop open a very quick channel with Minerva, to ask, actually no, I already know the answer. It's a bad idea to make promises. Well, unfortunately, I can't really undo any of that. And I can't really agree to... And I can't really say, sure, you can fucking kill me and all my friends. Unfortunately
bad.
for you, not for me.
Too bad.
Too bad. So sad. Is there anything I can roll, like, clout-wise, to figure out if there is any angle I could take? Aside from being like, well, we have this Imperial cog. You want a body? Chance?
So, what are some ideas that you, as a player, have?
Well... Well... offering the body, offering the next dead body to be, if someone's body goes down, if she assists, she'd be able to take the cog. It would be variations on letting her have a body, but that I can't really go forward with that without having other people on board with this already. Other than that, or let her take another shot at Mindy. If Mindy gets through it or prevails or whatever, then settle the score. Trying to direct her interests or to direct her in some way. Mindy wouldn't, and I don't want to play the your superior works with me, because that's not really going to get anywhere. But this chance, essentially, like, kind of having this as like parole. If this goes smoothly, if this goes well, we will see to better treatment or more freedom, possibly. But the reason why Mindy doesn't want to show weakness, so. And Mindy has been advised to not show any weakness, so they don't want to play too many cards and sound like they're trying to win over Keychain.
Okay.
So it's leaning towards... As much as they'd like to ask her advice, they have this current mentality of gotta figure this out myself, or else it's pointless.
All right, so I'll say with Mindy's clout and the fact that Mindy's working off of a lot of assumptions that
Actually,
I will kind of point you in the right direction.
Would I be able to roll to empathy her? Or can I empathy text?
You can try to.
It's clout
However,
interrogation.
yeah, or attention interrogation.
And it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's text. Okay. That would have 3 dice. Whatever.
But yeah, so the pointing in the right direction would be Joy and Minerva both think the two of you are cut from the same cloth, very compatible.
I have 2 successes on my empathy.
So
2 successes on 3 dice.
That's pretty good for having only 3 dice. Unfortunately, those aren't enough.
That's fine. That's fine. I can't get nothing.
Unfortunately, it's just text. It's really hard to read tone, like they're being purposely obtuse.
Oh, extremely valid. I look at those 2 successes and I
You
nod.
weep. You weep.
At least I didn't crit fail.
Yeah, exactly. But no, so I would point you back towards the, what would Mindy do? So Mindy's established that, okay, they're not interested in uncovering this truth. They're not
Mhm.
interested in that. But Minerva and Joy both say that keychains cut from the same cloth as Mindy. What does that mean? If they're compatible, what does that mean? Mindy might be taking it too literally,
Mm-hmm.
but instead should focus more on personality quirks.
Mm-hmm. But that might just be that they're too similar to get along.
That might also be the case. But Joy and Minerva both seem to think you'd be compatible. But then again, they've clearly never had 2 keychains in the same room.
Okay.
The question is, do 2 Mindys get along, or is it like a Harkin and a Hana?
2 Mindys clash, and then they proceed to wreak havoc on everyone around them.
Exactly.
Mindy will just sit back and be like, well, I guess I'll just always be a copycat then.
So long as you can admit it.
Yeah, I was hoping to actually, learn from one of the best, but...
Flattery will get you almost everywhere.
I learned a lot from our fight, so I'm
Clearly not
extremely
enough.
grateful. Yeah? Well, what else can I learn then?
How to just be better.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, better's like, oh, bolded.
Uh-huh.
Caps locked.
Yeah, well, what's better?
Better.
Mindy will go down the route of, I antagonize you.
It's just a back and forth of, it's not really getting anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like not divulging. So, it's basically like the same thing as progress.
Mm-hmm. They'll go with antagonize. They'll go with the setting of. So they'll go with a slight antagonization of. Summing up to, well, in the end, I can actually do the shit I want, and you're in a box, and you are currently under lock and key. Full antagonization. Or full troll.
Okay. So,
But with the but with the unsaid or the but hanging in the air. But that could change.
all right. So, eventually, Keychain grows bored of you.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're just annoyed. Hard to really say. It could be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually they just disconnect and we don't reconnect.
Okay.
In a true I just respect you fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's all said and done and you've made sure Keychain's not in there and you've disconnected all of the stuff, Minerva says, that went much better than I had anticipated.
That was good?
Yes. They didn't recite the entirety of the Imperial combat arms to you. As such, I would say that is quite good. As according to the Imperial combat arms, you as a non-citizen do not have a voice.
Ah, I see. Do you think there's any potential there? Should I try again? What am I saying? Trying is how I got to be acquaintances with you.
I would say that, as this went far better than I expected, it may indeed be possible to have the homicidal one not kill you.
If I have the homicidal one not kill me, will the troll one, or will the other one, also possibly not kill us?
If a homicidal one views you more entertaining to be alive and dead, then Casey will just be a problem, but not a murderous problem.
Cool. I'm trying to get along with your friend. I'm trying to get along with the rest of your crew, Minerva.
I've noticed. You're doing admirably well, considering you're trying to get along with, arguably, the two most hostile towards you.
I'm personable like that, they say, completely using that word incorrectly.
I don't believe you know what that word means.
I'm liked. I'm likable. They say, also probably using that word wrong now. From or whatever Mindy's version of likable is.
It depends on the context.
Oh, I guess I'll just be trying again.
I suppose you will. Will you have another conversation with them, or are you going to go speak to your captain on the fact that it is a possibility rather than a hard no?
I'm gonna talk with Amanda, then I'll talk with her captain. Because Amanda will be able to figure out what I want to say, but put it into nice speaking points for the captain.
I suppose having someone that is quite good with their words is helpful in such regards.
Because God knows if it comes out in just my words, the captain's probably just gonna be like, nope, stop that. And spray me with a water bottle or something. Okay, thanks, Minerva. We'll leave this shit here. Now I'll clean up for you.
Minerva responds with a message. It seems that they were looking for something of quite literally just a gif of a cat getting sprayed with a water bottle with the captions, no. I believe an edit, and then they have it where they just have it where the cat is now overfaced with a image of Mindy. It's a rushed job, but like it's pretty good.
She's an AI, so she's probably better at Photoshop than me, faster at Photoshop than me.
Yeah, still it's clearly a rushed job. And Minerva says, "There you go, an accurate description."
I'm gonna frame this.
I'm happy for you.
Well, I think that's that.
So it is.